What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on Brian Turner Invests, my new investment channel for all things crypto and all things investments. Right now, the markets are going crazy. Now, if you only follow crypto, you might not know what I'm talking about, but GameStop stock is going through the roof as a ton, 2.6 million Redditors, and of course, loads of other retail investors are trying to trigger a short squeeze from Melvin Capital, which has taken a 140% short position against GameStop, which means they have more short positions than actual stock exists. As long as the price keeps going up of GameStop, they will continue to hemorrhage money and eventually will have to close their positions by having to purchase the stock at market value, which will drive the stock even higher. Now, this video is not about GameStop, but I do want to talk about why this affects Bitcoin, as well as give you the updates of what has happened this week with Bitcoin, because there has been so much bullish news. It is getting me wet and excited. And I'm excited to bring it all to you so that you know what's been going on lately. Still feels pretty good to me. Now, we'll get into the GameStop Bitcoin news a little bit later and why that is so important. But let's get through some of the news articles that we found out about Bitcoin and what's going on in the markets this week. You might have been following the price. We've been dropping up and down and up and down. We went down to 30,000. I think we might have even wicked just below to 29,000 for a moment. We're somewhere right now as I'm filming this video at about 31,000. And really we're in this trading range where everyone's expecting it to either fly up or fly down, and it can be a little boring or exciting. You might be scared right now and think, "Oh no, it's going down." Let me just reinvigorate you with the same excitement that I have, because there's some bullish news. So the first thing is that we found out that Harvard, Yale, Brown, and the University of Michigan, as well as a bunch of other colleges, have been buying crypto directly on exchanges for the last year. We don't exactly know the details, but we do know that they are purchasing up Bitcoin. Now, the thing that I always say whenever people get scared, or even maybe in my own brain when I'm like, I'm scared. I'm never really scared with Bitcoin. I believe in it so heavily. But I just say, man, there's smarter people who have a lot more on the line who are continuing to purchase at these prices. Are they the suckers? Maybe they are. But I'm going to bet with the smart money way more often than I'm going to bet against the smart money, except in the case of GameStop. Next piece of news that is very exciting. There's a NASDAQ listed company called Marathon Patent Group. They are generally a cryptocurrency Bitcoin mining firm, from what I've been able to gather by searching their company. They just purchased $150 million worth of Bitcoin in a move that is very Michael Saylor-esque. Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, purchased a ton of Bitcoin, I believe over $1 billion. And so a lot of other companies have been following suit. A lot of us have been waiting because we're like, oh, okay, it just takes one or two companies to do it. You watch their stock price fly through the roof, and then other companies are going to say, maybe we should add a small bit to our treasury. That way we also will see that benefit of our stock price going up. Now, we actually just got news that Michael Saylor purchased another $10 million of Bitcoin at 31,000. Kind of funny because it's like he already has so much, but he just wants to add a little bit more. This man really believes in it. Another very bullish piece of news is that we found out that Grayscale, which is basically one of the only ways that you can invest in Bitcoin through traditional investments. So, for example, if you have a retirement fund, you're able to buy through the ticker GBTC. A lot of other companies also won't get into Bitcoin because they don't understand the custody, they don't understand how to do it, and they don't want to hold Bitcoin and hold the risk, but they do want to buy Bitcoin. So they're able to buy GBTC and hold that, and Grayscale does all of those scary things for them. Grayscale just added another $120 million in Bitcoin this week. I actually believe I saw a piece of news this morning that they purchased another 1,200 Bitcoin, but don't quote me on that one. The only one I know for sure is the 120 million. Again, if you haven't been following, or if you just need to hear it again, even just PayPal and Square are purchasing all of the new Bitcoin that are mined every single day outright. Then you add on the other demand that's coming from Grayscale, that's coming from Mara, that's coming from MicroStrategy, that's coming from me and all the other retail people in the world. There is a huge, huge, huge supply issue. And while it feels like we're not seeing the price go up, I have a feeling we're just seeing the price suppressed. There's some good things going on. Now, another piece of bullish news, if you are having a hard time watching the price go up and down, first off, close your app, forget about it, and go live your life. Come back in a month and see where it's at. But a good thing that a lot of crypto people, a lot of Bitcoin people will say is zoom out on the charts a little bit. Sure, if you're looking at it from day to day, if you're looking at it from week to week, you might be saying, oh my gosh, we were at $40,000 just a moment ago, and now we're down at 30, and we might go down to 27. Oh no. But if you zoom out, every single year, over time, we've just gone up. If you look at this image, we have the yearly closing candles. And if you look at these blue arrows, you're seeing some pretty fantastic things where we have these huge green candles. We have a year where it goes down. We have a red candle, and then a few years of green candles, and then red. And right now we are on that third year, that third candle, and then we'll have a fourth candle. Theoretically, if it follows the same chart pattern, those two candles are going to close much, much higher. So zoom out on the charts. That's how I always think of it. That's how I always look at it, and it always makes me feel a lot more comfortable. All right, so I think this video has already gotten quite a bit longer than I was expecting. I do have some other pieces of news, but I think that's pretty much everything I want to cover, because now we need to talk about what GameStop means to Bitcoin. If you haven't been following along, a lot of people have made a lot of money on GameStop. I myself am riding the roller coaster to get my tendies along with you guys, and we're doing great. We're doing fantastic. If you saw my video a couple days ago, you saw that I did say I was going to be purchasing GameStop as one of my stock picks. So I already did that with an average buy-in price of around $65. We're now trading at $340. The price is very volatile right now. We have price targets of 400, 600, 1,000. And me personally, I'm holding the majority of my holding until we get to 1,000. I don't know if it's really going to happen, but I have sold enough now to cover my initial investment so that everything else is just riding on it. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What does it mean that GameStop is so crazy right now and so many people are making money? What's that mean for Bitcoin? Well, here's what I think about it. A lot of people who are on the Reddit talking about GameStop are talking about what they're going to do next after they sell their GameStop and make their gains, after they realize their gains. One of the things that people are going to do is they're going to run into BlackBerry, because BlackBerry is pretty much the second most talked about stock on Wall Street Bets in a lot of these investment forums. And right now it's at a pretty great price where it's only gone up a little bit, while all these other companies, AMC jumped up 3 times today. GameStop jumped up $150 today. BlackBerry only went up a couple dollars. So a lot of these people are going to dump their money into AMC and BlackBerry, and in my opinion, we're going to see those stocks just tick, 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 tick up. But on the other hand, there are a lot of people I've also seen say, I took a lot of my money out of crypto because I just couldn't miss out on this roller coaster. So I liquidated some of my Bitcoin, some of my crypto funds so that I could buy GameStop. And once the GameStop ride is over, I'm going back into Bitcoin and crypto with my new gains as well as my initial investment. So I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody can predict anything, but my opinion, what is going to happen and what I will also be doing is taking my gains and buying a small portion, a small position into BlackBerry, maybe AMC, but I'll be taking a lot of those gains and putting them into Bitcoin. So right now, we may be seeing some of the sell side pressure because people are liquidating their crypto funds so they can get in on this crazy GME action. But I do think that we're going to see a lot of those gains come right back into Bitcoin. And a lot of those people have doubled, tripled, quadrupled. We've seen people 10 times, 20 times over their money. And if those people are believers in Bitcoin, you know they're going to take a portion of those gains and put them into Bitcoin. So don't quote me on that, but I think the next couple of weeks are going to be very exciting. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So I hope you guys are as well. as always, none of this is investment advice. Nothing I'm saying is telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what's going on, giving you my opinions, and basically educating you on what's going on in the markets. If you guys are interested, you can sign up for BlockFi, which is a way to make money back on your crypto if you are planning on holding it long term. It's basically a crypto savings account. You can make interest up to 6%. Basically, if you put your Bitcoin in there over the course of a year, you can make 6% back. I personally hold my Bitcoin, not all of it, a portion of it, in one of these savings accounts as well. So I always personally, I just take maybe a fifth or an eighth or a tenth of my position. But for me, it's a sixth of my position, and put it into the savings account. The rest of it, I just hold long term on a hardware wallet. It's a great way to do it. If you haven't heard about this already, check it out. You can use my code and link in the description below and see what bonuses you can get as well. And that wraps it up for today's video. If you guys want to see more of this, I'd love to hear what you thought, and I will see you guys in the very next video.